Socrates never wrote a book, but he changed how Western minds think. His superpower wasn't having answers, it was asking better questions. He believed virtue is the key to a good life, and that we reach it through reasoned examination of our beliefs. Centuries later, the Stoics, Zeno, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, treated Socrates like a North Star. They made his habits practical. Live by reason, focus on what you can control, train your character daily. When you hear a Stoic say, "It's not things but our judgments about things," that's Socrates echoing down the hallway of time. Socrates' method, elenchus, tests beliefs by cross-examination. Is that really true? What follows if it is? What contradicts it? This is the seed of the Stoic. Dichotomy of control. You can't command outcomes, only your judgments, choices, and effort. Scenario: you bomb a job interview. The story in your head says, "I'm worthless." Socrates would pause. What evidence proves worthless? Is a single event the whole of my character? What part of this is within my power to improve for next time? The Stoic answer: your preparation, your composure, your follow-up. Yours? The employer's decision, not yours. That shift from outcome obsession to agency focus doesn't just soothe anxiety, it sharpens performance. The unexamined life is not worth living, said Socrates. The Stoic update: examine daily, not once a decade. Marcus Aurelius journaled at night to audit his thoughts. You can do a 5-minute Socratic scan. Name the trigger. What event spiked your emotion? Name the judgment. What did you tell yourself about it? Test the belief. What facts support it? What facts don't? Refocus on agency. What is the smallest controllable action now? Do this consistently and 2 things happen. First, you suffer less from imaginary disasters. Second, you become the kind of person people trust under pressure, calm, clear, and steady. Socrates treated virtue like a craft. You don't have courage. You practice courageous choices until they become natural. The Stoics ran with that. They used drills, negative visualization, voluntary discomfort, premeditation of setbacks, to rehearse adversity before it arrived. Try this micro-drill. For 1 week, choose a mild, safe hardship: cold showers, taking the stairs, skipping phone scrolling at lunch. While you do it, narrate like Socrates. What belief arises? I can't. Really? For 30 seconds? What happens if I stay curious instead of quitting? You're not proving toughness. You're proving authorship over impulse. Socrates was a conversation artist. He didn't crush opponents. He invited them to discover better beliefs. That maps perfectly onto modern Stoic communication. Aim for clarity and character, not victory laps. 3-step Socratic conversation. Steelman first. State the other side's views so fairly they'd say, "Yes, that's me." Ask defining questions. What evidence would change your mind? What do we agree on already? Test the hinge belief. Find the single assumption carrying most of the weight and examine it gently. You'll disagree less, learn more, and walk away with relationships intact, which is its own quiet kind of resilience. Stoics practice premeditatio malorum. Imagine obstacles in advance so you're not blindsided. Socrates adds precision. Ask which belief each obstacle threatens. Flight delay threatens the belief. My plans must run perfectly. Replace with, my job is to adapt quickly. Harsh feedback threatens. Critique equals humiliation. Replace with, critique is data for the next iteration. Now your mental rehearsals aren't vague doom scrolling. They're targeted upgrades to the stories that drive your reactions. When stress spikes, pull out these 3 prompts. Name it. What belief is driving this feeling right now? Narrow it. What is 100% in my control for the next hour? North Star. What would a wise person, Socrates, Marcus, the best version of me, do next? Say them out loud. Tiny gap, big leverage. That breath between stimulus and response is where resilience is born. Socrates refused an easy escape from prison because it betrayed his principles. The Stoics loved this not because it was dramatic, but because it was coherent, a life aligned with its own values. In your world, coherence looks like this. You keep your word when no one's watching. You choose honesty over image. You pursue excellence over applause. Not perfect, just consistent. Over time, that consistency compounds into confidence. Modern Stoicism gives you rituals. Socrates supplies the reason beneath them. Together, they're not a mood hack. They're a blueprint for freedom. Fewer false beliefs, more right actions, less noise. This week, run the 5-minute Socratic scan once a day, try 1 micro drill, and use the emergency kit once under pressure. Then tell me what changed. Next, we'll put Marcus Aurelius under the Socratic spotlight and extract his most practical morning habits.